Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Or at least I'm filming this on a Sunday. I don't know when it'll release. My internet is dodgy at best. Anyways, welcome back to my channel, Mr.SilverEagle. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the coin collecting hobby and what I've seen and how it's changed over the past decade or so. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. So whenever I started collecting, hold on, let me get a sip of coffee first. Whenever I first started collecting, I started by getting a silver dollar from my grandmother that was a part of my great-grandfather's collection. And he used to work for a bank at the time. And whenever he used to do that, I think the time period was 1920s, 30s, something like that. Anyway, so he was around in the banking system when gold was still being used as, I almost said legal tender, but yeah, legal tender. It's weird to think about how gold used to actually be used as legal tender for all public and private debts, but now it's not. But anyway, so he was working in the banks, and so he got to see a lot of coins, and he pulled aside a couple of keepers for himself, and it is an 1880 Morgan silver dollar, and I mean, it's nothing special, but it was my first coin that I've ever owned. 1880, nothing too special. I sent this off to NGC, and they said it was AU53, details free, but it's really shiny. So, I don't know if it's a proof-like, but if it was cleaned, they would have labeled it details, right? And this is a better date, but in this condition, it's about the same as any other Morgan silver dollar when you melt them. Or, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's special to me because of the sentimental value, but it's not really worth that much to a collector. That's what I've been trying to say. So anyway, let me get my laptop back here in my lap. That's what started me off, and I got that as a Christmas gift around when I was 12. And then I started to collect the presidential gold dollars whenever they were starting to release. And I remember going to the bank and asking for the newly released presidential dollars as they came out. It was pretty cool. I wish I had that book still, but we all do dumb shit whenever we're teenagers. And I sold it, or I didn't sell it, but I cracked them out of the album and I used it to put gas in my car or to buy a Big Mac or whatever it was. But yeah, and so ever since then, I've just been looking through my change for stuff that I get for free, going to the banks, asking for coin rolls, coin roll hunting. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here, sorry guys. How the hobby has changed since I started. I started buying coins off of eBay back whenever it was in its infancy, back in like 2013, something like that. And I didn't go to a lot of coin shops because there weren't any in my area, and my mom and dad didn't feel like driving an hour away to go coin shopping. But I did go to some auctions, though, because they were few and far between, but whenever they did happen in our area, it was kind of a big deal. So Dad took me to a coin auction here around our area, and I was, still a young lad, and the auction, it had a bunch of old white guys in it, and, they had it out for me or something. Like, I promise you I'm not making this shit up, but what actually happened was they wouldn't let me, or they would keep bidding up coins so I wouldn't get a chance to own them. Like, there's a reason why I don't own Indian head cents, or if I do, it's not for very long, because of that auction. All I was trying to do was buy Indian head cent pennies because that's all I had money for. So, they're like a couple bucks a piece, if that. But they would bid it up so that it would be like $10 for 1 penny. And I'm like, okay, great. And so that went on for the entire auction. And after it was done with, there was another older gentleman that came over, and because we didn't win anything, because we weren't going to pay, I wouldn't let my dad pay those prices for those coins because I knew they weren't worth it. And he came over and he actually gave me some coins, and I don't remember what they were, but he gave me some coins and said, hey man, if you ever wanted to buy some, give my number a call so you don't have to deal with all this crap again. And I don't have that card. I don't have his number. I don't even know if he's still alive, but that was my first coin auction I ever went to, and I got a taste of what the coin collecting community, at least for my area, looked like. It was very closed off. They didn't want any young guys in on it, and the average age was about 55 for the auction, I mean. But how that's changed today is, like, we're one big community now. Like, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing. And the people who are closed off and assholes about, or, gatekeeping information, I should say, is becoming less and less because of the internet, A, and B, because of people like us, making videos on YouTube and informing people about the hobby, making them better decision makers. And that just makes everything so much more fun because you don't have to worry about someone taking advantage of your lack of knowledge as much. You always got to worry about it, of course, stay educated. But with the internet and Google reviews and all this other stuff that came out with technology, people want to look good and have a good reputation, and they want to have good business in order to make money. So it's in their best interest to be honest now. And that has changed a lot since I started going to coin shops when I was 15, 16. I mean, if you didn't know what the prices were on certain things, you were going to be taken for a ride, or at least the places that I went to, or, being the age that I was. I don't know if it was just me or if it was for everyone that walked in there, but anyway, that's also a big change in the hobby. Another big change would be auction sites. Not just eBay now, but you have Whatnot. And what that is, it's a live stream auction service, and it makes buying coins super easy because you can see the coin in person, you can look at it from all different angles, and not worry about photo manipulation, which eBay is known for. Another thing that's changed is the sellers. They're a lot nicer nowadays, and I appreciate it. I mean, I got this coin right here. It's a commemorative Canadian silver dollar. It's commemorating the town Charlottesville, Quebec, Charlottetown. But it has $25 of silver in it, and it's in the original government packaging. But I got it for $17, and some sellers, they would cancel a sale if they lose money. They would say, "Oh, I wanted more money out of it, so could you, tip me extra?" Or, or just flat out yell at you for not giving them their money's worth. It's super weird with the sellers on Whatnot. Some of them, the assholes, you know who they are. That is what all coin dealers used to be like, at least in my opinion, in my area. But nowadays, people are starting to become like Art the Fart. He writ me this note that went with this Canadian dollar, and yeah, that's my name. Get over it. It says, "Hey Gavin, heck of a pickup. Under wholesale and melt. Enjoy. These are tougher than you think to get a hold of. Enjoy. Art the Fart." Spelled usually wrong, but That shit made me smile. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go back and buy some more stuff from him, because shit like that, you could be salty at me, you could be mad at me, but this means that, in my opinion, he's a fucking true collector, because he respects other people getting a frickin' steal. And it makes everyone happy whenever that happens, because it makes me want to go back and buy more, and it makes him feel good for making a loss because he turns me into a future client or customer or whatever, you know? Like, it's just, good relationships are important nowadays, and they weren't before. That's what I'm trying to say. And I freaking love this community, and if it wasn't as awesome as it is right now, I wouldn't be even making YouTube videos about it. I probably wouldn't even be collecting coins right now. But it's the people that make it worth doing. And I'll drink a cup of coffee to that. The other coin in front of you is a Morgan silver dollar. I got this from a in-person auction in my area for $37.50. Stop making fun of me. I paid $2.50 over what I would usually pay at a coin shop for this. It's not a big deal. But this is my pocket coin. I keep that in my wallet. Thought that was pretty cool. So whenever someone says, "Ooh, I'll play you rock, paper, scissors for it," like, nah, bitch, I'll flip you a coin. I want to show you guys the first ever coin album that I put together. And it's still not put together all the way. Lincoln Cents, 1959 to 2009. I got this in 2010 for Christmas. That's why it only goes up to 2009. I've had this for that long. And the only one I'm missing, get a hold of me if you have this penny. Please. I've been looking for this since 2010. It's a 1982. I don't know if you can see it here. Let me move the camera a little bit. 1982S. I need that penny. Literally, I have every single other penny. I even put the 2010 in there with the shield reverse. Some of them are actually pretty decent too. But yeah. No, and I put this together basically with all change too. I didn't buy a single one of those coins because A, I'm not that stupid, and B, I had a bunch of change to look through because I used cash for most of my purchases. But yeah, let's wrap this video up just by showing you guys books that every single coin collector should have. And we'll start this off by talking about the Red Book Quarterly. And this replaced the old Red Book Yearly that they used to do. This one is a 2024 Red Book. But yeah, so the Red Book Quarterly is a new magazine done with gray sheet. It's a more of an accurate retail price guide for every single United States coin that we ever minted. Retail price guide. Retail price guide. And it's released every quarter, so there's 4 of these every year. Next is the gray sheet. And this one is optional, meaning you don't need this one to be a successful coin collector. This is more of what the dealers pay at wholesale for their coins. So, wholesale, retail. Wholesale, retail. Do you know the difference? Retail is what you can expect to pay a coin dealer for a coin, and wholesale is what a coin dealer can expect to pay for a coin from another dealer. So if you have the wholesale price and the retail price, if you buy a coin for wholesale and sell it for retail, you're going to make money. It does calculate the math for you, basically. It gives you the margins to work with. Another good book to have, and this one is a must, is a official ANA grading standards for United States coins. Doesn't matter what year, what edition. This one, I think, 1977. It doesn't matter what year it is because the grading techniques have stayed the same. It literally has every single coin we've made from the half cents, and it tells you what to look for, where the high points of wear are, what wear would look like for which grade, and it gives you pictures of what the coin looks like in each grade. So you can go by picture, by grade, assigning grades to coins based on what the book says. And when I say it has everything, it has everything. Yeah, no, I highly recommend this because it makes grading raw coins so much easier. It at least gives you a ballpoint or a ballpark start. Another good book to have is Strike It Rich with Pocket Change. Before you turn your change into the bank for money, just take a look through this. It gives you an overview of every single variety and error. I don't know about errors, but every single variety for modern pocket change, dating back from 1938 all the way up to the Sacagawea dollar to dates. So any coin that you would find in your change, you would find in here. And if you find one with a variety, you can attribute it using this book, send it in to a third-party grader, have them authenticate it with the label on the slab, and you can get more money for your coin. The last book I have, and it's a must. The Official Red Book of United States Paper Money. And this is only a must if you collect paper money, obviously. I don't know why I said that. Wow. -2 IQ points, I guess. But this gives you... Oh, that's another thing I should talk about. Sorry, going back to the magazines, the Red Book Quarterly and the Gray Sheet Wholesale, they do not have mintages for any of the coins. That's why I still have this old Red Book. It's because it gives me every single mintage for coins. So I can tell, oh, that 1844 dime is actually a key date. So I'm going to ask way more for it than 1842 with 1.8 million minted. It gives you a really nice idea of mintages. And also another thing that you may not know is that all of the pictures in this book are to size. So if you have the South Dakota quarter, hold it up in your Red Book and it will be the same size as the picture if it's authentic. Same thing with the dimes. Same thing with the silver dollars too. Let me flip to them. This is actually really cool. I didn't know about this until Daniel over at Coin Help You told me about it. And then the silver dollars. Like, look, here, I have one actually right here. I can show you this. Boom. Bet you $1 you didn't know that. Subscribe and like the video if you didn't know that. All right. Enough of that tangent. Let's go back to the last book that you should have. So this Red Book of Paper Money doesn't have the mintages in it because, well, I don't know actually. If you know, please tell me in the comments. And it's basically just every single bill we've ever created for circulation or not, and it gives you prices for them. And a bonus, you should have this top 100 Morgan Dollar varieties, aka the top 100 VAMs. Because if you have a bunch of Morgan Dollars and it has one of these VAMs, variety attributes that you can put to it, it adds value to it. Not every VAM adds value to a Morgan Dollar, but every single VAM in this book adds value to a Morgan Dollar. It has the Scarface VAM in here. Let me actually look that up for you here. I think it's 1888. Yeah, here it is. Has the Scarface VAM. Has a Hot Lips VAM. Another one is the lava wing. Yep, I can't find it. But yeah, basically, if you have a Morgan dollar with one of these VAMs, it adds money. And you wouldn't know if it had a VAM to it if you didn't have this book. Or if you didn't know what to look for on the internet, I guess. Thanks for listening to my video, guys. I wanted to put out another video. I love making content, I think. Even if it's just something low-key and chill like this. Like, I don't have to put out the best of the best content. I just gotta put something out that makes me happy, and hopefully one of you guys learned something or had a smile or a laugh of your own. If you like the video, comment, like, share, subscribe. I'm almost at 300 subscribers. I'm going to do something special for 500. Quote me on that. Either a giveaway, a face reveal, a live stream, or something. I'm going to do something for 500 subs. That'll be a huge, huge landmark. And, yeah. Catch you guys in the next one. Mr. SilverEagle out.